So hey guys, I'm going to do a video strictly about the Trike and bring you up to speed on what that's all about. This started 16 years ago. It started off as a Sun Easy Tad SX. Basically it's a tadpole, and got it from a shop here in Lincoln, Nebraska called the New and Used Bike Shop, owned by a gentleman named Denny, and he's really into the recumbent. So I strongly suggest that if you're looking for something like that, check him out. Well worth a trip. Not too far off the bike path, but get a chance to get up there and check stuff out, you should. So I'm going to flip this around, and we're going to get started on the Trike itself. First, I'm going to do just a quick walk around, so you can kind of get a view of what it looks like. I got flags that are pretty tall, so when you're close to traffic, makes you a little bit easier to see. I'll come around this way a little more. So one of the first things that we did was, since it was kind of winter time, and of course you get a lot of stuff splashing up and carrying on, so we went with fenders. The problem with that was the only thing available were quarter fenders, which came to about here to here. So those didn't work, because although it worked down here for protecting stuff to a certain degree, you still got from here, you got the splashback right into your face. And since you're sitting about 5 inches off the ground, that's not a good thing. So I ended up using 2 fenders on each wheel and getting them all mounted up. And from there we discovered that the brake system that came on the bike just didn't quite cut it, because it was cabled. And due to the fact, as you can see right here in this particular one, the way that this part is sitting is pointing directly down, so any kind of splash up with moisture or anything would get into the cable and cause it to freeze, meaning the brakes don't work, which that's not a good thing to happen. So we tried a few different variations on the cable, tried oiling the crap out of them, did a lot of different stuff. So we ended up swapping them completely out and going with Avid Juicy 7s that are hydraulic brakes. And they worked out real well. Stopping power is great. And then the next step was to make things a little bit lighter and easier to work on. Change the wheel set out and went with a, instead of the steel wheels that came with it, went with aluminum wheels and aluminum spokes, and redid the entire wheel set. A little different bearing set as well. And for the tires, I went with a company called Sweet Skins, which is no longer in business actually. And these are rattlebacks, and they look a little like a snake skin. And I went with these because when lights hits them, like from the car headlights or whatever, these tires actually reflect the light back, which is a huge plus. And coming to the back side, we added up, we put on a rear rack, and this is the mounting system for the flags is on the back side as well. And we had to kind of tinker around a little bit here and there with the rack to get it to fit just right, but it eventually worked out okay. And then of course there were a set of saddlebags on, and these two came from Denny's store up on North Cotner. Now I do not like the way that this is added on. The bottle holders, you can't reach them when you're riding. You have to stop, and that's just a regular everyday tool pouch. And then coming around to the back, this small little piece of PVC stuff right here, it's used for holding lights and bungee cords and various other things. And I do believe in quite bright LEDs for riding purposes, because you can't go wrong with that. These are Sunlight rechargeables. Just picked them up this year. Now I do have on the handles here, I've got a mirror for looking behind, of course, a horn for warning, and also a bell for warning. I'm coming up behind people on the bike path or whatever. And then the chain system, I take pretty good care of that, keep it oiled up. I use Purple Extreme for that. Now we're back to the Juicy 7 again. And it's of course the same size and type of tires, 3 of them all the way around. I changed out the pedals. These have a little bit more gripping power to your feet than the, came with rat traps, and quite frankly I kept banging my shin with them, so they were due for a change. And then we come up here to this goodie, and I love to tinker, so this is done with PVC. I couldn't see a need to spend a ton of money for a mounting bracket when you can make your own. And all I did was use 1/2-inch PVC, glued it together, spray painted it black, and angled everything so that I can film with the camera. I've got a spot for the headlight, and over around here I've got a spot for the speedometer, which is a GPS type, and this right up here is where the phone gets mounted, and I can actually film from there. And the seat is pretty much stock. I didn't do much changing on that, but the bike does have a name, and there's the name. Call it the Rig, and the reason for that is when I've been riding around with it, at one time I did have a trailer that I tucked behind, and I'd have people, when I would stop, say, "Man, that's quite a rig you've got." So that little nickname kind of stuck. And like I said, this is the Sun Easy Tad SX, and this one of course is basically, this thing is a tank. It's built to last. It's built to withstand some serious weather, which Nebraska does get. When I had it 16 years ago, it held up to some pretty good snowstorms, and it'll probably do the same thing again. So there's the flags that I run, and that's more for being seen. But that's what you'll see on this channel. You'll see me tooling around on this a lot. And of course I always carry a good set of cable locks. I actually have 2 of these. I do not go into stores and plan on being in there for a while, and where I cannot see the bike, I will lock it up. Better safe than sorry. I've had bikes stolen in the past, and the fortunate thing about this is it's such an oddball contraption that people are a little scared of it, so because it does take quite a bit of getting used to. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to follow this up with some photos, and so stay tuned for that. And again, hey guys, I'm going to try to flip this around again. There we go. And so thanks for watching. You guys have a good day.